Yo, what up y'all? My name is Temp. Welcome to my complete walkthrough of Mount Gelmir Part 1. If you enjoyed the video or learned anything new, please leave a like and subscribe to join the Room Temp Gaming family. It helps out tremendously and is so much appreciated. Alright guys, so we are picking up where we left off in the last video. We are starting at the Bridge of Iniquity, Site of Grace, which is an Altus Plateau to get us into Mount Gelmir. Now we're going to be traveling northwest along this ridge here. There's just a bunch of mountain ridges that we're going to be walking on. Nothing too serious, pretty straightforward. But on our way to our first location, which is the Mount Gelmir Camp, Site of Grace, we're going to be killing some of these guys. These abductor virgins. Kill them if you want. If not, just run on by them until you get to a camp and get invaded by... what is her name? Anastasia? Anastia? I can't remember the pronunciation, but you'll know you're there when you get invaded. So I am trying this new build out that I put together. It kind of works off the synergy between the anchor weapon I am using and the fact that it does do piercing damage. And piercing damage is... enhanced with jump attacks because it is considered a counter attack. Just to put it simply, my wording isn't perfect this morning, so bear with me here. So the fact that it does piercing damage and jump attacks act as a counter attack when it's piercing, we can add a bunch of cool little things in with it to enhance that. So I will have a build video up here shortly after the making of this video, and I'll surely link it in the description so you guys can go check out the actual build itself. It's been pretty fun. I'm probably going to switch it up again though, because the rusted anchor isn't really my thing, but it is a lot of fun to play with, and the Ash of War I put on it, kind of, I don't know, it's kind of nice having a projectile that also allows you to do basically double damage on swing and projectile when you're close enough. Some really big attacks I do on this thing. Alright, so now that we are done getting bombarded by the abductor virgins, let's head on northwest some more. More so west, and there's going to be some dogs, and then we're coming across the Mount Gelmir Camp. Now this is where we're going to be invaded, and we've been invaded by her before. We're going to get her Sacred Butcher Knife. We're going to get the Golden Vow Incantation, which is an amazing incantation for buffing yourself. And there she is. Take her down. And we're also going to be grabbing a Stonesword Key up on that bridge. So let's pick these items up. Don't forget to grab the Site of Grace as well. And now that we are done here, we're going to head all the way back where we came. And as we're running back, we are going to be staying to the right side of the cliff wall, and we're going to be looking for a ladder. So once we find that ladder here, hop on up, grab our next Site of Grace, and then we're going to be heading to the Seethwater Cave dungeon. We're going to have a bit of a run to get there. And first we're going to go check out this encampment up here with this watchtower. Grab our Pulley Bow. Kill some enemies. So here I am. I'm definitely going to put Golden Vow on now. Now you can use Golden Vow and Flame Grant Me Strength. However, I'm just going to use Golden Vow. I don't really like pre-buffing to the point where I'm standing there for like 10-20 seconds just amping myself up, so I'm just going to stick with Golden Vow for right now. And I also have my physic that works with that has the holy damage increase and the damage negation tiers. So those are helping me out as well. So we're just killing some enemies here. Might as well clear this area out a bit. Grab some of the loot. And here is a pumpkin boss. After we take out these guys, we can head on up the tower and grab that bow. Now, one thing about this build too is that you can use the black feather chest piece that will increase the jump attack damage you do. I'm just using this Lindell shirt because of the theme I'm going for. There's our Pulley Bow. Alright, so coming up to this little bridge, this is actually where we're going to end this video a little bit later. But coming up to this bridge, we'll find a message about these rainbow stones. And we're going to follow the rainbow stones until you get to the second one here, which will be the red one on my screen. And we're going to look to the left, and Patches is going to be down there. And we're going to go talk to Patches real quick before we continue following the stones. Alright, so Patches did us dirty again, guys. That's okay, though. And we'll make out whenever we end his little quest line. We'll deal with him for now. So now that we've been knocked down, we could think of this as just an easier way of getting down here, because we're going to have to anyway. And watch out for these basilisks. They will just start death blooding you right when you come down here. And we're going to continue on, head south. And then we're going to be taking a right to go west at this little intersection here, northwest. And right at the corner of the intersection is the dungeon. We have a Stonesword Key we must enter through. And inside of here we're going to be finding a mushroom set of gear and the Knidred of Rot Talisman. This is a meta talisman. It's very, very good for certain status builds. Highly recommend getting it. This dungeon's pretty straightforward, so follow along. And we'll be out of here soon. Alright, so this will take you to the boss, so we're not going to go down here quite yet. Just showing you where it is at real quick. We're going to head right back where we came from. And we are going to take a right and go west and south. And we're going to make our way to our mushroom set. And we find ourselves on the ledges here that we killed those mushroom dudes at before. We wrap around the bend and our set of gear is right in front of this big flower. And now we can safely go back to the boss room and finish it up. Now we're going to have two centipede dudes here we're going to be fighting. Not that hard at all. Obviously it was hard for me because I died. They got me when I was at my last health flask, running through this dungeon with max poison on, and it didn't work out too well when I came in here. Alright, there we go. I love to see that talisman. It's such a great talisman. Lots of damage. So now we can head on out. And now we're going to be heading to our next destination, which is Fort Laiedd. And we're going to be picking up a couple items on the way. One item from inside. No, 3 items from inside. All of these items are meta items too, I believe. So that's great. So we have Golden Seed, an Ash of War Barrage, Stonesword Key, Prelate's Inferno, Armorer's Cookbook, and the Fire Scorpion Charm. So once we get out, we're going to head south through the ravine here. Grab that golden seed. Don't get hit by any of the fire. And we're coming over here real quick just so we can grab the beetle, the golden seed, and a Sight of Grace. So let's grab that. And then we're going to head back where we came. So now we're heading back north. And then when we get to the big intersection where Seethwater Cave was, we're going to go the opposite direction. So this is where we're at right now. And we'll see this big broken down piece of rock, and we're going to head the way it's pointing. That'll be mainly west. And here we can see Fort Laiedd up in the distance. Let's grab our Site of Grace right before it, so we do not have to walk all the way back if we end up dying. And there's only one enemy inside of this fort, which is great. All the enemies outside, you can go ahead and kill them if you like, farm them up. I'm just going to kill a few of them so that I can get into the fort a little easier. This guy's not making it easy though. Take out a couple more guys, and once we get in there, we're going to be fighting Prelate. This is a big old bad boy with fire, and he does a lot of big damaging abilities, spewing fire. Oh, here's our Stonesword Key, by the way. He'll be spewing fire everywhere, charging at you, doing big ass hammer slams, stuff like that. So however you deal with big, slow, fat boys, this is how you're gonna need those strategies now. Considering I have this build, and this build is pretty ridiculous against, I guess, this guy. I'm just gonna go up and shoot my shot, see how it goes. Put a couple buffs on. I start off with my Sacred Blade, so I get my holy buff, my holy coating on my weapon, and then Wrath of Gold to finish him off. That was pretty nice. I didn't know it was going to be that easy. And now we have his weapon, the Prelate's Inferno Crozier. Really nice. We have the Armorer's Cookbook. And we're going to head further upstairs for the Fire Scorpion Charm. The Scorpion Charms are all quite meta, by the way. Talk to this little ghosty boy, and I'm going to go ahead and come down here and get this dude. No, I'm not. Alright, let's start back at the Site of Grace over here. We're just going to head further south from where I just died into the lava area down here. Kill some of these guys real quick. They're all bunched up, might as well. And we're going to be killing a Magma Wyrm. And then we're going to be talking to Alexander the Jar. So this Magma Wyrm is the same as the one when we skipped getting into Altus Plateau through the Dectus, and we went through the Runestrewn Precipice. Same thing. He might have one more attack, but pretty easy. Alright, we got the Dragon Heart. We got new abilities at the Dragon Communions. This one gives you a Magma Spew. It's pretty actually nice. And now we're going to run through the lava on Torrent and hop up to this first rock you see here, and we're going to talk to Alexander, see what he's doing all the way out here. and we'll meet him again later on.
I hardly think you're here to temper yourself with flame, considering that fleshly form of your timing that I've been making just the thing for you on my journey here. Take it. I'm sure it'll suit you. But I won't be able. Perhaps there's an old above the
Alright, now we're going to hit a few just random shacks, little merchant shacks that are along the way to finish up Sellen's Questline that we originally started all the way back in Limgrave. So as we're making our way southeast, we hit some coffins. We're going to grab all the runes, of course. And then we are going to continue southeast, more so east. And up on top of this little ledge here, right around the corner, we can find the rolling magma spell. Oh, they dropped the weapon too, cool. So there is one shack. There's another shack up here we're going to just grab real quick. There is a rune bear that jumps down when you come up here, so be aware of him. So I'm going to keep on riding by, and here are the other shacks. And then there's a little town of, I can't remember the town's name, but it's full of shacks. So I'm going to keep it on this list here. I thought I missed something back here, but I don't think I did. So let's go on up here. There's a site of grace here. We're going to get our Pulley Crossbow. And then we'll head into the village. Which when we head into the village, when I first head into this village, I ran right through it, tried to pick everything up, and that wasn't the best of ideas. So we're going to go in here and we're going to clear these enemies out. Alright, so if you just wander around this village after you clear these guys, you can clearly see all of the items just laying around. You don't really need a walkthrough for this particular part. There's nothing hidden. Just look around. The list I have is out of order, and you'll get everything that you need. Just go into every shack and walk around each shack and check everything out. Now there is a sorcerer up here. Why, I don't know, but they're just chilling, and when I first came in here, he was the killing blow on me. I had all these creatures on me, and then out of nowhere, just glintstone sorcery sniped me in the back and took me out. So be wary. Behind here we have the crown. Pretty cool looking crown, actually. And we still have the Errant Sorcerer Set we're looking for. Oh, there's some string, great. Here we go. There's our set, and that will finish up for our shack section. And now we're going to be going through quite a bit to do the Sellen Questline. We're going to be finishing it up. It's not difficult. We're just got to run around a bit, fast travel. So there is a demi-human queen here. We're going to take him out first. Be careful of the shatter ability she does. And I'm choosing to take out all of these goddamn snipers circled around her before we actually take him out. I got my mimic taking aggro, of course. Makes these walkthroughs a lot easier and a lot quicker. So she's going to drop us the memory stone. And then around the corner behind us here, we're going to go talk to Azur. Azur, whatever his name is. And we're going to progress through the Sellen Questline with him. We were tasked to find him at some point, and we did find him now, even though he's not talking. After a little bit, he's going to give us his awesome spell. So, spell users, rejoice. This is the spell for you, the most busted spell in the game for intelligence users. Paired with a couple other items, this thing is crazy. So now what we're going to do is grab that Site of Grace, and we're going to go back down to Sellen. And Sellen is in Waypoint Ruins, back in Limgrave. So let's go talk to her real quick, see what she has to say. Just exhaust all of her dialogue and listen to what she says. She does pretty much tell you what she wants. Alright, so she just gave us a key to open up that that magic barrier that we found in Laiedd. And that will be at the Celia Hideaway Dungeon. If you guys remember doing that when we were in Laiedd, we had to come back, and this is us coming back. So we're going to go open up this seal, and we're just going to run right to it, guys. We're only going to kill one enemy, and that's the guy guarding it. So this is pretty straightforward here. You're just running through the cave. You come to the area with all the crystals that you can jump down. Go across the crystals, jump down at the end. And we'll make our way northwest to find the seal again. So we're crossing the crystals. Okay, we're going to kill two guys. And then the last area here with the crystals further down is where we're going to jump. And heading north is our seal. So let's grab this guy, pop this seal, and we're going to talk to Lusat. Lusat is the other very famous sorcerer. So let's talk to this boy. He ain't going to say shit neither. And he's going to give us Stars of Ruin. Cool. Alright, now we're going to do a little bit of fast traveling again. So let's go back to Sellen at the Waypoint Ruins. Turn these in. And then she is going to task us. And now you could have done these out of order. So if you've done any of this out of order, it's fine. Just try and pick up where you left off in this guide. And keep going, and just keep watching the video and see if you're at the part where I'm at. Sometimes these work in different ways. So once we're done with that, she'll give us some Starlight Shards. And then she'll tell, well, I'm still in shackles over at this one place. So we're going to go to the Witchburn Ruins or something like that over here in the Weeping Peninsula, which we were at before. And we did see her there before, however, she wasn't really talking to us much. So we're going to head over here, go check her out in a little underground entrance here. And do be careful when you come down here. Enemies will follow you. Make sure you kill them so they don't kill the NPC. So we're going to undo her shackles. Somehow that requires us reaching into her. And here comes an NPC to start shooting arrows at her like an asshole. Good thing I'm blocking. So I'm just exhausting and making sure I got nothing else to say. I'm going to go kill this guy. And then we're going to teleport. Now we can actually go to, so depending on if you have this or not, we're just going to find out now. we're going to go over to Radahn's castle, and we're going to see if Jaren is sitting on the throne there. I believe when we did this, we actually already talked to him when he was sitting on the throne. But if you did not, make sure you do this step. So we're in his castle. We're going to the throne room here. And for me, he is not here. For you, he may be. If he is here, just talk to him. And then we're going to go back to the part we were just at, the Witchburnt Ruins. Talk to Jaren there. He will, or the Witchbane Ruins. He will be there once we get there now. And we can exhaust all of his dialogue and move on with it. Of course, there's another enemy sneaking up behind me. My God. Alright, so now that we've talked to Jaren, we are going to travel up to the Three Sisters, and we're going to go down into that secret area that we had to uncover for Seluvis. And then it's right outside of Ranni's Rise to the northeast, right in this rune. And if you would like to kill Blythe, that is a part of Blythe's quest here. This is the end of his quest. You can go ahead and kill him. I'm going to wait a second and get him after we hit this. So now that we're down here, we can talk to Sellen, exhaust all of her dialogue. And then after this, we're going to kill Blythe. And then we're going to head over to Raya Lucaria Academy and finish it off. Now, if you can't get down here yet, or nothing's happening here, you have to talk to Seluvis. And you would had to have talked to Seluvis most likely before you completed Ranni's questline. So if this isn't happening for you, I apologize. Check out my other video, which are the Liurnia at the Lake videos. Normally, the thumbnails for my videos include important NPCs or quests. So now let's go kill Blythe. I struggled with Blythe here. I've only killed him once. I completely forgot how aggressive he is. Well, that worked out in my favor. Either way, let's get his Royal Greatsword and his really cool looking set of gear. And we already have his mask, so that's the complete set. So now let's go to Raya Lucaria Academy, the Grand Library Site of Grace. And what we're going to do here is we're going to go outside and we're going to help either Sellen, or we're either going to help Jaren. Now, on this walkthrough, I'm going to help Jaren. However, I'm going to be doing another playthrough, so I'll do the other one next time. If you are a spell user, particularly intellect-based, you are going to want to use the yellow summon sign. You are going to want to help Sellen. You are not going to want to help Jaren, which is the red summon sign. And I'll show you here in a second what you get from each. So if you help Sellen out, you will be getting the Azur and the Lusats set, which we saw those NPCs wearing. Those are really great sets. You'll be getting Sellens Bearing. And for each of them, you will be getting the Witch's Crown that we saw in the last pop-up, our visual aid there, in case you were wondering. If you fight for Jaren, you'll get a Somber 10, which I think will be the first Somber 10 of this series. You'll get his Eccentric Set as well, but you can also get his Eccentric Set from killing him if you fight for Sellen. So either way, you actually still get the Eccentric Set. So now that that's done, we can go back outside, and I'm going to kill Jaren because I want his Eccentric Set. There's our smithing stone. This guy's about to get wrecked. He's upset about that. Alright, so now we're going to get back to our Mount Gelmir playthrough, and we are at the same site of grace we left from, which was the Azur. It's named after the guy that we had talked to after the demi-human queen, and we are taking this little makeshift bridge here over to Gelmir Hero's Grave. Yes, that's right, another Hero's Grave. Get excited. This one's actually pretty quick, and there's a great sneak around option for this that eliminates having to go through the entire goddamn thing. And we're going to be taking that route as it is tremendously easier. So let's go grab this site of grace. We see our beast eye is quivering. That means there is a Deathroot that will come off of the boss. And we're going to go ahead and run all the way down here. We're going to hide in the first nook we find. And our chariot is going to spawn and come up and try and attack us. Remember, if you're not using holy damage, these skeletons will respawn and make this dungeon a living hell. So once this chariot goes up, we're going to go down, jump over the lava, kill Mr. Archer, and we're going to do the same thing again. Once it goes down, we're going to hop on over, get stuck in the lava there, go down and hide, kill this guy. And now we're going to wait to go down and then up. So once it goes up, we're going to sprint as fast as we can. Let's try that again. We're going to sprint as fast as we can, and we're going to go all the way through the lava down there, all the way to the end of it. And we'll be going real slow in this lava, but no worries, we have health flasks. So if you need to, I got really lucky there from it not hitting me. The chariot, if you need to, go into that little alcove where the chariot stops, because I don't know how that chariot didn't hit me. So once you get down here, you can stop right here. Watch out not to fall yet. We're going to pick up the glovewort, and we're going to continue on through the lava. Alright, and here we have a chest with the ringed finger weapon. These weapons can get a little wild looking sometimes. Pretty fun to use though. The special ability on it, it flicks people. So now we're going to head back to this little alcove with the drop down. We're going to carefully drop down on the left side, drop down again. There is our boss door. I'm going to hop down here real quick, grab this item, and come back up. Now there is a chariot here, and this chariot does not have a knight on top of it, which means we can jump on it and ride it. But we'll be getting back to that after the boss. And This is a red wolf, same as Radagon's. And we're going to go in here and make a fool of it with our summon. And tag team this dude. Get our Sacred Blade so we buff our weapon with Holy. And we got it all now. Man, that was a lot of damage done there. Shit. The last bit of health, and there's our Bloodhound Knight summons. Now, just like the screen says, there is a chest in here with Deathroot. I forgot to grab it, and I had to run all the way back at the end to get it again. So, once you grab that, we can walk back out of the boss room here, and we're going to be going on a ride. So once it turns, jump on it. It will basically grab you onto it, and you will be a part of its hitbox once you're above the chariot. So you can just jump on it and not move. And once you get to the top, there is a cemetery shade that you'll have to kill right there. Grab its Mantis Blade. And now what we're going to do is, instead of going where I'm going, we're going to go to this other ramp here, jump down to the side, and grab the butterfly. We're going to go kill a Bloodhound Knight inside this room. We're going to grab our last 2 sets of armor. And then we'll be almost done with the video, guys. The only thing we have left to do here is go talk to Patches again and exhaust all of his dialogue. So if you forgot to get the Deathroot, stay on the video. I'm going to be going to get it right now. I'm also going to be grabbing a few other little items from this dungeon before I leave. So if you want to grab some of those items with me, not hard at all. We're just going to walk up the ramp here upward, take a right, grab a few things, kill a few people, and then I'm going to go grab my Deathroot back from the boss area. If you don't feel like watching all that, skip on ahead to Patches. Alright, so now we have the last of it. That's my Deathroot. And now when we get out here, guys, we're going to go find ourselves a patches. So we're going to take a right. We're going to head north, northeast, through all these woods. And we're going to wind up back where we started at here. And patches is still going to be here. Exhaust his dialogue. We're going to cross the makeshift bridge here. And that is where we are going to start the Mount Gelmir Part 2. And then we'll be getting into Volcano Manor. Whether that will be in the same video or not, I'm unsure yet. But either way, we've got a lot more coming up. So stick around. Make sure you guys check out my... I'm not sure what I'm going to call this build yet. But it's going to be something about a Paladin, I'm sure. Make sure, yeah, stick around for that. It's going to be fun. It's going to be a good build if you want more insight on it. And we're going to leave our character right here. I will see you guys in the next video and many more to come. I hope you guys enjoyed my new visual effects on the screens and my thumbnails. But until next time, keep it cool. Catch you later.